What's up, DAW Nation? My name is Wyatt Troy, and I want to welcome you to this week's episode of Oh My DAW. Now, if you're brand new to the series, this is a series where I take things from pop culture, things from movies or video games or books or whatever, and I bring them into Ableton, and I absolutely mangle them to the point where you're like, oh, my DAW. No! This week's episode is to celebrate the release, the finally long-awaited release of Black Widow, the movie. Now, we've been waiting forever to get this. Any of you who have listened to In the DAW or Behind the DAW, taken any of our courses, you know that I am a huge Marvel Cinematic Universe fan. And so I've been waiting a very long time for this. And I thought, hey, what better than to absolutely destroy Scarlett Johansson's voice. So let's go ahead and show you what I did. Let me show you where we started though. So I went and grabbed the trailer audio. So the trailer for Black Widow, brought it in here. Let's go ahead and listen to that, see what it sounds like.
You don't know everything about me.
Yeah, it's great. Okay, so what about over here?
I mean,
She's saying stuff. Got some strings. We got a guy in the background.
everything.
It's a trailer, you know what's going on. What did I do with it? Something I shouldn't have, that's for dang sure.
That's for dang sure.
So now this is the same audio, but with the rack turned on. Yeah, rest in peace, Scarlett. So what did I do? What is this rack? What the heck is going on? So full disclaimer, this rack is insane. I've been holding on to it for a really long time. I've been perfecting it over the last couple of years, and it's really special to me. And I actually don't want to break down everything that's inside of this rack unless we hit 10,000 subscribers. At the time of this recording, we were somewhere around 6,000 subscribers. So if you guys can like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends, blah, 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 get it up to 10,000, I will give this rack away to everyone. Unless you can't wait for it, you want it right here, right now, today, I'll tell you how to get it, okay? But you gotta wait all the way to the end, okay? So watch the whole thing, figure out how to get it at the end. But I still wanna bring a lot of value to you in this episode, okay? So I'm going to show you basically almost everything that I did and let you fill in the blanks with your own techniques and so on and so forth, okay? So let's go ahead and switch over to the rack. Fun little fact, you can hit Shift-Tab, bam, and it's gonna show you the other clip view, which is gonna show all of your plugins. And this is the rack right here. It's called the Static Chorus Monster. This comes from a very interesting concept that I've been trying to work with the last couple of years, perfect over the last couple of years, which is taking something, taking an effect, a rack, a preset, or something like that, and duplicating it out just a whole bunch to the point where it just makes something absolutely insane, but still really freaking useful, right? So in this case, what I did is I watched the tutorial from AE5, the static chorus tutorial. It's one of his most popular tutorials, so go check that out if you haven't checked it out. He'll show you how to make the static chorus. I remade it inside of my DAW, but then I tweaked it, okay? So I put my own flavor into it, at which point after I created that preset, right here, bam, then I added an OTT, right? And I was like, this is really cool. I like where this is going. I mapped the LFO rate, the delay 1, delay 2, and the volume onto the top knob right here from Serum Effects. And then on the bottom rack right here inside the OTT, I mapped the depth, upward strength, downward strength, and the volume inside of there. At which point I took these two right here and I duplicated them out, I believe 12 times or 10 times, something like that. All the way over to here, and now we have this absolute monster rack. For those that have taken the school base, you know that I have another rack inside of there. It's called Instant Robot, which is a simple delay, or it used to be called simple delay. In Ableton 11, it's just delay now, or in Ableton, well, sometime it transferred to just delay. Anyways, and then I duplicated it out 50 times, right? But it's this concept. I love this concept of taking a plugin and duplicating it out like a billion times just on its own, just stagnant right now. That's where we get stuff like that, which is absolute insanity. But then I didn't stop there. What I did is I then went and put an LFO on random, by the way. It's on a random, I don't even know what it's called. You can see that it's not like a sine wave or a triangle wave. Come on, guys. You know what I'm talking about. I mapped that to the LFO rate. I mapped the second one to the first delay right over here, and then I mapped the third one to the second delay. So that way, all these are moving in random, okay? So now we get something like this. Making crazy stuff, right? Even when I press pause, it made that little... That was sick. Now, what do we do with this? Okay, Wyatt, this is fantastic. This is great. What the frick do we do with this? Well, we create a new track. We open it up. We hit over here and we go to resampling. We then hit in, boom. So now anything I do on here is coming in through the second rack. I looped this entire thing. So now it's looped, right? Now I'm going to hit record. Then I just went for like 18 minutes, if I'm being real. I just let it do its thing.
Wow.
Because it's working randomly. These things are moving in a random fashion. You can actually see the word random right here. Proof of concept, random. Anyways, since it's doing that, it's just giving me a whole bunch of results, and it's resampling onto this track right here. This is what we call a bass jam. We talk about this a lot in the school bass with AU5. It's insane. It's the way that you get absolutely insane sounds that no one else in the world can create. It's I already said it's insane. Anyways, I just let this loop, and what's really cool is when it gets to the end of the loop right here, it loops back around and starts back over and starts recording, then it loops back around and blah, 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 blah. And then at the end, I can just grab it, drag it all out, and I have this huge like 18, 20, 25 minute long recording. Also, along the way, to be real, I was playing with some of the other parameters inside of here, but it was random. It wasn't any real rhyme or reason why I played with this one or why I played with that. I was just messing around. But that's where we get this boy down here, this big old bass jam number 1. We can listen to it. Yeah, thanks for asking. We could do that. Let's do it. It's a lot of trash in there. There's a lot of trash in here. That's cool. That was cool. That little airplane. That thing right there, that is super cool. So now the concept is, oh, Wyatt, well, great. We have this 17-minute long bass jam. What the frick are we gonna do with it? Then we go and find the bass nuggets, okay? So that is where this one comes down here. These are the nuggets that I actually extracted from the bass jam that was up here. Wow, wow, wow. Let's just check them out. Oh! Oh! Scarlett Johansson. More like bass. The next step is that I duplicated bass jam 1 and now I create bass track 2. But what I did is I actually stretched it. I went into great depths about my stretching techniques in the Lego Man morphing bass video. So if you haven't checked that out, go check it out over there. But quickly, I'll just run over a little bit of what I did. I came over to the end, I push shift, and we get this little staple guy right here. I click and I can drag him out like this. Now we are stretching it at this point. So I came into here, I stretched it, I put it on textures mode. I brought the grain size down to 36.66, my favorite number. Came down to the flux, and I turned flux down all the way, at which point, now we're getting more, I don't even know, other type of Scarlett Johansson bass noises now. Let's check this out. Oh, that sounds terrible. Same concept, right? I made the huge bass jam, but then I went through it. I found the nuggets of glory again, okay? So we're gonna come down over here. Oh. Scarlett Johansson who? I think you mean dope. Oh. Oh. Did I really make these? These are sick. All right, you caught me. There's a third bass jam. And what this bass jam is then I took bass jam number 2, I flattened it. So now it doesn't have any textural applied to it. I mean, it does, but it's flattened, but you know what I'm saying. Stretched it down. So now I'm bringing it back down to close to its original length, but now with that stretching being a part of it. I brought the grain size up to 134.54, my also favorite number. And then I went through and did the exact same concept. I listened to it and I found the nuggets of glory inside of there. Oh. Dude, these things are sick. Yeah. So in a nutshell, that is exactly how I got all those sounds, which is absolutely insane. I highly encourage you to do this yourself, all right? Go grab something that really, really inspires you. Something from one of your favorite movies or a favorite video game or wherever. I don't care what you do. Just do it. Just bring it in here, put one plugin on, and you're like, wow, that sounds really cool. What if we duplicate it like 17 times? Then see how it sounds. See if you like it. It's really, really fun. Now, I have something very important to mention. At the beginning of the episode, I said for those that want that rack, that want that serum rack that I just created, there are 3 ways that you can get it. Number 1 is if we get this channel up to 10,000 subscribers, I'll give it to anyone. It'll be a free download at that point, okay? That's the first way. The second way is we did a Serum Masterclass with AU5 where he breaks down every single thing in Serum, where you learn every knob, button, function, menu, the whole gamut of what is inside of Serum, taught by AU5 himself, who's a sound design legend. He also goes over all the super advanced techniques, which is where this technique lives inside of there. I had my small little contribution to the course. I created that and put it in there, which was fun. But because that course is with AU5 and it's very extensive and there's lots of things into it, lots of moving parts, lots of value, it is definitely a $2 sign on Yelp. So if you want a $1 sign, okay, and you want to get that rack right here, right now, I actually created something. So I actually took all of the little nuggets of glory that I created inside of this base jam, as well as processed them through a whole bunch of other things and did a whole bunch of other stuff. And I created a sample pack to commemorate this episode. And this sample pack is called Widow. Look at that box art. That is so sick. Anyways, inside of here, it has a whole bunch of one shots, a whole bunch of bass loops, a whole bunch of, I can't even remember inside of it. Here's a picture of things that are inside of it. There's a whole bunch of them there, and including, that's right, the Ableton rack. So if you want this, all you got to do is just click the link that is right below this video, and you can have the Widow pack that comes with all the crazy nuggets of glory inside of here, as well as the Ableton rack that has the static chorus monster. But that is not all. That is not the best part. The best part, you know how much this is? You know how much this pack is? You ready? You ready? A little drum roll? It's $1. Okay, so if you want the whole sample pack, plus the rack, plus my love, anyways, it's just $1, okay? So go ahead and click the link below if you want to do that to help support the channel, as well as get those dope things. Anyways. And also, I would love to know what you want me to make an episode about, right? What's a movie that's came out? What's a video game that you want me to do this with, okay? Because I really enjoy making this kind of stuff. So tell me something. Be like, oh, dude, what about this movie? What about this video game? What about this? What about blah, 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 blah? I'd love to bring it in here, create something just so stupid to the point where I'm bringing my computer to its knees and just make something crazy to the point where you say, oh my God, that's what this whole series is about, okay? So leave it down in the comments. Leave comments down in the comments. Leave the comments down in the comments for the comments that you're commenting on, the comments to pop it. Academy to let him in the kick it for the betterment. Comment below what you want me to do on the next episode, okay? With that being said, thank you so much, Donation. I will see you on the next episode.